It's time for me to go back to Canada. Where am I gonna live? I have to figure it out.
Lo and behold, after giving up everything in Canada and building, relationships in Miami and finding the penthouse I wanted to live in, I found this $3 million penthouse. And within like a couple of hours, I got a realtor with connections with friends, and they gave me the opportunity to actually get that penthouse. And so I was ready to pull the trigger, but I'm like, hey, until I get this visa, I can't do this. It wouldn't be right. And so let me make sure I get the visa. And honestly, I didn't think anything would go wrong. So here I am. I have this dream $3 million penthouse in Edgewater, Florida, ready to be signed over to me so I can live there. And I started picturing everything. I'm like, I'm going to build a podcast room here. I'm going to build out my office there. I'm going to do everything. It's going to be great. I was so excited. And I went for my visa interview and I didn't get it. So I had to drive home. I was driving back to my family's place, and I was sitting there in shock. I'm like, damn, I just gave up everything I have in Canada. So I have no home here. I have no place here. I have no assets, nothing. And I was hoping to build everything out in Miami, and I had to give up the $3 million penthouse I wanted. And I had to give up everything, my relationships there, because I couldn't go back. And I was just afraid to not go back without a visa. So now I'm like abroad until I get that situated. I don't want to go back to the border or anything like this. And so I was sitting there, I'm like, man, I got nowhere in Canada to be, and I can't go to America. What the hell am I going to do? Hence, how we came up with a really funny, positive way of turning this adversity of mine, where I'm kind of left with no home, into an opportunity to document my journey and challenge myself and prove to myself that I can scale my business. I can still be in high performance. I can still achieve all my goals, even if it's extremely difficult to. So if I could have it my way inside my fingers right now, I'd be living in my dream place. I'd have a home. I'd build there 5-10 years. I'd build a massive company. I focus on consistency every single day. The best times of my life, I had a specific routine. Every day I woke up, I did the same thing, ate the same thing, wore the same thing. Everything was the same. It was consistent. And so now this big challenge for me spiritually is, can I be consistent or even better in my performance, in my focus, in my goals, even though it's not easy, even though it's difficult, even though I've lost every form of consistency in my life? For now, we're just going to kind of go with the flow and see how this goes. What's up? All right. We are on time with schedule? Tell me we are. Come on.
How do you feel?
Just want to get on the plane right now. I feel annoyed that I have to do all this.
How much stuff do you have?
It's not much, but can you help me with this? Yeah, we got to open the shield, this is the strap, and we want to put it. Would that even fit in there?
No.
Oh no. Well, how do I take it?
You have to take it as like that and pay for it to go like that.
That makes sense. So we just don't
open it.
Don't open it. Okay, but we can't open this. So let's open this real quick.
The strap?
Yeah, it's not the strap, it's something else, but we're gonna see if it can work as a strap. 2 years ago, I remember I was just bringing this key into this door for the first time to open it. This was my first ever condo. At the time when I got this place, I hadn't made $1 million yet. My best month in sales was about 100 grand. And I remember I got a place on my own so I can be independent and create an environment for success for myself. And I still remember I was over here, and my realtor, who was also like my sister-in-law, I was there. She took a picture of me just like this. And I was wearing a suit and a coat. I was like a different Armin. And then I opened it and I went in for the first time. And it's crazy how life works, because now 2 years later, I'm standing here, completely different, no suit, nothing, anything, on my way to Dubai, have no home because I've given this to my brother and I'm locking it. Full circle. Now, I have to find out what the future awaits for me. Okay. This is like a symbolic moment. Take the key to my house. Out with the old, in with the new. Way to Dubai to move my current company to Dubai to take advantage of the zero tax situation. What'd you get us, bro?
I told him to surprise him.
Oh, you told him to surprise?
So we all delegated the leadership of what we're drinking?
Yeah, man, like they've been like.
This is a casino? Oh, is this? Tastes like a burnt toast.
I don't know.
Tastes like a burnt whole wheat toast. I said sweet.
It's sweet? I told him no
No,
sugar.
I wanted sweet.
Oh, I told him no sugar.
This is great though. Thank you, bro. Love you.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, this right here convinced me to go and try to join a spiritual retreat, which was amazing. Obviously, 1 week trip that should have been the retreat turned into like 5 months. It was not planned at all. I was trying to go there for 7 days, come back. I wanted to go back home. I wanted to work on my goals.
Yeah, your company started doing
I was so
well then,
reluctant to come too. I hated it. I'm like, I travel all this lost time. So reluctant. I'm like, no way, I'm gonna come back. And yeah, man, one thing led to another. Months later, I'm like, holy crap.
I remember you were telling it in the team meetings how horrible it is to travel and try to run a business.
I remember that. Yeah.
So the question really is, now what made you change your mind to build a life there then?
Well, because while I was in the States, I fell in love with the people, the culture, the weather, the opportunity, the amazing, just the energy. I'm like, man, I could see myself building here, building a life here. But I'm like, how do I do that? And that's why, I'm like, yeah, screw it. I can do it. It's not easy. It's not hard. In my mind, entrepreneurs, like, you get whatever you put your mind to. So I just gave everything up in Canada, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just get a visa and I'll stay. I did not expect to not get approved for the visa. I didn't plan for that either. So this whole thing has just been one big unplanned journey. So here we are in a car on the way to the airport to fly across the world, to the other side of the world, to Dubai, to see, to start traveling and working in that way and see how that feels and how possible that is, how hard it's going to be. I know it's going to be hard too. I know it's going to be hard. But that's what leadership is. Doing hard things so others can have it easy.
That's how this works.
See you guys in a couple of months? Bro, take him in. Have fun.
Love it, man. Yeah, Imad, you excited? Show me your excited face. Alright guys, so because it's about a 13 to 15 hour trip, I've always learned that if there's any time to fly first class, it's when you're on a long ass flight. So we booked a first class ticket to Dubai. We will be flying with style to Dubai, which I'm very excited about. So, about to show you guys what first class on the Emirates looks like when you're flying to Dubai. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. So lovely to have you both on board.
All right, guys, so they just brought us an amenity bag. Let's check out what they were giving us. All right. There you go. Guys, the Emirates really know their customers. When you got to know who you're speaking to, you know your market? They give me a beard comb. So check this out. If you open it up, One side is to brush it down, one side is to fluff it out. So this part is made to go in like that because it's like this. So you see it has no ball points. It's literally to give volume to your beard. And then this is to shape it up. What's your favorite part about first class in the Emirates?
I think it's just the luxury of it.
I would love to know if you guys can guess in the comments how much our tickets costed for a first class ticket to Dubai. Take a guess. Maybe the person who gets it right wins something.
Habibi, welcome to Dubai.
I think I'm most excited about heat again, because in Canada, there's no heat. One of the main reasons I don't want to live there. All right, so what do you want to do first?
Bro, I don't want to sleep. That's what I want to do. I don't want to sleep.
So here's the cool thing about Dubai, guys. We are 8 hours into the future. So right now, it's 11:50 a.m. in Dubai. In Toronto, right now, is Eastern time 3:50 in the morning. So everyone's still asleep right now in Toronto, which is pretty cool. So that means our 5 p.m., my 5 p.m. is Toronto's 9 a.m. So from the moment I wake up in Dubai, all the way to 5 p.m., I have time before Eastern time zone and people wake up to go to work. So I have a whole day before the actual working day starts in my company. So let's see how that's gonna work out for us as I adjust to the time zone difference and get myself to still be able to run a multi-million-dollar business with Iman here as we're here. And while we're set up our new company in Dubai. So really exciting stuff. We'll see you soon. All right, so we landed in Dubai. We are in JBR, so Jumeirah by the beach. And we're just going for a walk right now to go check out the beach as they prepare our suites for us for the stay while we're here. Already loving the weather?
Already loving the weather.
Nice and toasty warm. All right, check this out, guys. In Dubai, they're very helpful. My man over here helped us, brought all our groceries with us to the actual apartment. I love it. You gotta love it, Dubai, man. It has been a treat so far. Here we are in our first apartment where we're gonna be staying. And rock and roll.
How are you finding Dubai?
It's funny because I'm filming this vlog right now, like I'm on camera, so I have this mic on.
Okay.
And in this vlog, I'm pretty much gonna share how much I really don't like traveling too much. Like it's because no matter where I go, it's for me like I don't, you know what I mean? Like a long time ago, let me put it this way: a long time ago, my mentor Satish, president of Thingo, he told me, he goes, Armin, no matter where you are, the happiness is inside. In other words, I just want to sum it up for you like this. Number one, when things are happening, it can either be a cause and effect from something bad you've done. So what did I do inside that is manifesting this way? It always has to be that, by the way. It's never the other person's fault. It's never, just don't blame anyone. Always blame yourself.
Yeah.
And second, it might be a good thing happening because you asked for something more and you just think it's bad because it's not going the way you thought. It's like, oh, I want a $10 million house. Well, your $1 million house catches fire. You go, what the bro? Bad things happen to me. No, bro, the insurance money for that is going to pay for the 10 million. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Second is focus on paying the most you can to the best people. Just make sure you vet harder before you do that. Because 15 grand a month, bro, to a great executive coming on your team will take you much further in ROI on your money than paying 5 grand or 2 grand to someone that isn't good at what they do. Think about what I just said. You can get more profit off someone you pay 15K a month to, 180 grand a year, that knows what they're doing, than you could ever make on saving 13 grand and paying someone 2 grand to get it all done for you. Even if they both commit to the same level of hours, will work just as hard. The only difference is one knows how, one doesn't. And the cost, bro, the opportunity cost, what you would have made if they knew what they're doing is too expensive. And the cost of time spent for them trying to figure it out. In other words, bro, the startup method is take a bunch of unqualified people, buy courses, make them watch it, have them learn it, do them for you. That's how you start a company. That's how I did it. That's how you did it, right? We take a bunch of people that know what to do, but they got time. They're willing to work for you. They'll work for you for a little bit of money, but they're like, yo, this is exciting. Let's do something. And you train them up. You train them or you get courses. Like I got courses. I gave everyone on my team, I'm like, buy this thing. It's the best thing. I bought it for them. They train. But I'm like, but bro, someone who's done it is always going to do better than someone who's learning it. So if I pay 3 times the amount of someone who's done it, my company will go 3 to 5x more faster in income. The best way to put it is this way, and I'll end up with this. If you just hired the CMO of an 8-figure company right now, you'll be at 8 figures within 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
As opposed to hiring 5 marketers that have ran 6 or 7-figure businesses and they all work together for you for half the price. Buy talent, buy time back, buy specialized skill, buy track record. Don't save money because you lose money by saving money. What a paradox. You lose money by saving.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's helpful for you. And don't be hard on yourself, bro.
That was a big breakthrough for me. Cause for the past few weeks, I've been like really hard on myself. I'm like, man, what did I do wrong? I kept blaming myself. I'm like, what could I have done differently?
You might reconsider your whole business model. That is the reason why I get to 8 figures, because of this leaving. Always look at it this way, bro. If you find the seed of equivalent benefit or greater, you're always a rich man. What if you know what? My CSM model isn't working. Maybe these guys have to leave for me to see it.
Yeah.
Think about that, man. Think about that, bro.
Yeah.
There's so much gold and you seeking for it, then you wondering why it's not there. I'll tell you something, by the way, write this one down. This is a good, I talked to Satish earlier. I'm like, man, I feel like I'm controlling my team and I don't want to f it up. You know, I want to build some good people. I'm like, Satish, what advice can you give me? He's like, here's your problem. You tell them what to do. You don't ask them how they're going to do it. I'm like, very interesting. So write this down. Don't tell your team what to do anymore. It doesn't mean you don't give them consulting. You will. I still tell my team what to do, but do, instead of here's what you need to do, ask them, how are you going to do it? This is a TGR leadership principle for you. Start asking your team how they're going to do it. So now on meetings, instead of me going straight into like bossing them around because I know what needs to be done, I go, wait, the goal isn't that this gets done only. The goal is that they learn how to get things done. It's very deep. It's not that the goal isn't to get things done anymore, because that's what a manager thinks. Like, it's what you've been doing and what I've been doing, right? The goal is, how do we make sure things get done without you? You'll still be a part of it. It's not about delegating and look away, but it's that you're not responsible for it happening. Someone else's. Then the question has to go from here's what to do to how are you going to do it? And what you start noticing is, and I start doing this on calls, I see my team start to speak up and tell me what they're going to do. Now, you're very good at this anyways. The difference is if you bring in some good talent and you lightly direct and you make them feel good about who they are as a person while they're directing the company, you just influence what they do. It might seem a little slower, but at first, later on, you're going to have someone who's self-sufficient, like Joshua is for me, like Imad is for me, like Jay is for me.
Gotcha.
So how are you going to do it is the question. And then just influence. Look, it's going to be tough at first because you're going to have the impulse to want to fix it and do it. That's fine. Still do that every now and then. Maybe you got to fix some things quick. I still do it. But start to integrate into your leadership. How are you going to do this? What's your plan? And you see how they think. You go, okay, boom, do this. Do it this way. That's how you got to look about it. So don't forego your leadership principles. Keep building people. Keep having vision.
Yeah.
But now, just be willing to pay more for good talent and up the game. Make it irresistible for someone that could have been working for your competitor at 10 times the level, work for you instead.
bro, now you're working smart. Because the best people in the industry are working for you. And other people might look at you and go, oh man, look at this guy's losing, paying 20K a month or this, or look how much he's spending. But you go back and be like, yeah, but look how hard you're working. This guy does it all for me. That's my biggest foolish mistake looking at last year. He paid for ref share to people and paid like $8,000. He paid 10K a month to a CSM manager. I'm like, what? 10K? Are you crazy? I used to think that getting richer is about spending less and making more. Getting richer is about spending more and making more. A very good example I'll leave you with is this. The most wealthiest people in the world don't even own the majority of their own companies.
Yeah.
That was the breakthrough for me.
If you've ever battled with inconsistency, self-doubt, with high performance, energy, focus, this will be the ultimate challenge and test for me and for you watching to see what it's going to be like and if it's possible. So I almost, openly speaking to you guys, I want to prove to myself that I can scale a business, let alone run a business, while I don't have any consistency in my environment, any consistency in my, what's tomorrow like. Everything's unpredictable. Honestly, I don't know what tomorrow's like. I don't know what next month's, I don't know where I'm going to be a week from now. And that's kind of scary, but it's exciting. So the whole twist of this is a lot of people want to make a lot of money, so they go out and travel the world and do all these things. And here's the catch. I hate traveling. I really don't like traveling. I don't like the time wasted on flights. I don't like the time wasted adjusting to the new place. I don't like any of this stuff. And you could clearly tell last year I almost lost everything I built just from doing something I wasn't really prepared for. I didn't know how to do and I didn't like it. So if I could have it my way inside my fingers right now, I'd be living in my dream place. I'd have a home. I'd build there 5-10 years. I'd build a massive company. I focus on consistency every single day. The best times of my life, I had a specific routine. Every day I woke up, I did the same thing, ate the same thing, wore the same thing. Everything was the same. It was consistent. And so now this big challenge for me spiritually is, can I be consistent or even better in my performance, in my focus, in my goals, even though it's not easy, even though it's difficult, even though I've lost every form of consistency in my life? I guess we'll find out in the coming episodes of The Homeless Millionaire. Love you guys lots. We're going to be launching some really cool ideas as well, where maybe we can do meetups and you guys can win prizes and all this good stuff. But for now, we're just going to kind of go with the flow and see how this goes. I can't promise that the show will last. I can't promise that I'll do it more than a week. I can't promise anything because there's nothing promised to me right now in my environment, in my life. So excited to have you guys on the journey. Make sure you go ahead and click the button below, subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on all the post notifications on my Instagram, on my Facebook if there's any, on YouTube for sure, so you get notified as soon as we drop videos every single day. Love you guys lots. Go on and make the rest of your week the best of your week.
Bro, how did I not wake up? Here's how. I slept at 5 a.m. It's been a shit show, man.